Hello everyone, and welcome to I guess the kickoff of officially of Spooky Month, October. Yeah, we're gonna be playing some creepy games going forward, and I thought what better way to start the Spooky Month than by playing Metroid Fusion, this was a game that scared the hell out of me when I first played it when I was a kid. But I love this game. This game is so good. It's actually the first Metroid game I ever played when I was like seven, I think, 7 or 8, somewhere right around there. And yeah, this game just it terrified me, man. When I was a kid, it still has that tension and stuff still like to this day. But man, when I was a kid, I really got spooked by this game. But yeah, so I figured, why not start the Spooky Month off of October with this. And also continuing on from our Metroid marathon, playing through most of the Metroid games before Prime 4 comes out. So yeah, killing two birds with one stone here. So yeah, this was the last save I did, or the last playthrough I did. I don't know when this was. This may have been like a couple months ago, I think I played through this. But we're just gonna start over. Watch the cutscenes and everything too. I'd been assigned to watch over Biological's research team. So I once again found myself on the surface of SR-388. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta get chat pulled up. And let me actually make sure it's going on my stream. It should be. Yeah, there we go. And then she gets infected. It was there that I was attacked by a life form I had never encountered before. It was only later that I learned the identity of my attacker, the parasitic organism we now know as X. Unaware of my condition, I was returning to the station when disaster struck. Once the X had infested my central nervous system, I lost consciousness, and my ship drifted into an asteroid belt. Womp womp. For anyone that doesn't know, too, this takes place like in the Metroid storyline, or in the Metroid timeline, I mean. This is the second to last in the timeline, only behind Metroid Dread, which is the latest one. The ship's emergency systems automatically ejected the escape pod before impact. Biologics vessel recovered it and transported me to Galactic Federation HQ. However, during the journey, the X multiplied within me, corrupting large areas of my power suit. Oh, I thought that was going to go on. It then came to light that the organic components of my power suit had become so integrated with my system that it could not be removed while I was unconscious. Large portions of my suit had to be surgically removed, dramatically altering my physical appearance. However, the X in my central nervous system were too embedded to be removed safely. I was given a minimal chance of survival. Someone found a cure. Oh, happened. Look at that. They proposed using a Metroid cell to make an anti-X vaccine. It seems that the Federation had managed to preserve a cell culture from the last infant Metroid from SR-388. The serum was prepared and injected without delay. The X-parasites were immediately and completely destroyed. Basically using the same size as a guinea pig for the Metroid serum. That's the way it kind of sounds. But hey, it worked. It worked. As for me, one life ended, yet I survived, reborn as something different. Pondering this fact, I realize I owe the Metroid hatchling my life twice over. I'll soon be arriving at the BSL research station. I must prepare for docking. Oh man. The ship's computer has notified our approach to Biological Space Labs, or BSL, research station. During my surgery, the research team sent the last batch of creatures we captured there, as well as the infected pieces of my power suit. After regaining consciousness, I learned that an unexplained explosion rocked the station. For some reason, this awoke a nameless fear in my heart. And now, I am being sent there to investigate. My mission on the BSL station will be to oversee, or will be overseen by my new ship's computer. Following the commands of this blunt, computerized CO is something I have to bear, as it was a condition of my taking the ship. For someone who dislikes taking orders, this is the second time I found myself having to do so. It makes me recall my other CO. Ah, little Adam, huh? I guess I won't spoil. I guess I won't spoil what goes on in this game, even though I played this game 100 times. But for anybody that's watching, or if you're watching this like on YouTube or anything, I won't spoil the story. Ooh. There's been an explosion in the quarantine bay. The bay currently stores capsules containing recent samples from SR-388, as well as parts of your suit infected by the X parasites. The cause of the explosion is yet unclear. Investigate the quarantine bay, or the quarantine bay is here. Move quickly and quietly. You are still unable to use most of your latent abilities. Don't forget that, Samus. Stop at the navigation on the way, or navigation room on the way. Uplink from there. All right. Yeah, just kind of trying to remember the controls and everything, like where they're mapped to, specifically the shoulder, like the angle up and the missiles. But yeah, man, you know, right off the bat with this game, I just love like the presentation of it. Like just the pixel art in this game is incredible, especially on the bosses and enemies. We'll see, especially later on. Man, the pixel art is like some of the best. Definitely some of the best on the GBA for sure. Ooh. The quarantine bay is ahead. Biosigns are confirmed. Be careful. Well, I'm sure it's nothing we can't handle. Yeah, when did I play Super Metroid last on stream? I think that was like 2 weeks ago, something like that. Probably coming up on 2 weeks ago. Oh, hey, look. It's this dude. Then, as you can see, he was infected by the X. And we can absorb the X now, no problems. No problems now, thanks to the Metroid vaccine that the Federation gave Samus. So now she can absorb them and take their powers. This is unfortunate news. The specimens brought back by the field team were infected by X parasites. The X can mimic its prey. Any specimen could have hosted it. Before the explosion, a security sensor scanned one. The gelatinous X parasites invade and rapidly reproduce, killing the host creature. They also absorb DNA and use it to mimic the host. You were almost killed by an X infection. Only the Metroid vaccine saved your life. It seems Metroids were the main predators of the X. That's why the vaccine works so quickly and so well. But it has also changed your cellular makeup. You will never be infected by X again. In fact, you can now absorb any free-floating X parasites without a host by merely touching them. This will allow you to replenish health and restore weapons. You may also restore latent abilities this way, so pursue free X parasites whenever you possibly can. The station is home to many specimens, some violent ones. We must keep the X out of the breeding environments at all costs. This is vital, Samus. I'm already detecting massive biosigns in this region. The X are gathering. This may be our chance to exterminate them, but you are only at 10% battle capacity. Your chances of survival is extremely low. Federation needs you alive and on duty, Samus. Now get going. I've released a lock on level 0 hatches. Look for the blinking hatches. Yeah, that's I mean, right off the bat, like the most obvious thing with this game is the amount of dialogue. And, you know, some people don't mind it. Some people love it. Some people really, really don't like it. And I don't know. I'm kind of more like in between, like maybe like leaning towards the side of not liking it. I like the story and everything in this game. Again, it gets like kind of crazier later on, but I do really, really like the story of this game. But this feels like it. Okay, let me read this, and then I'll go into it. I received news from HQ. They can support you with downloadable weapons data. Once you have this data, you'll be able to use missiles. This will help against some enemies your beam can't hurt. Head to the data room for the download. Data room is here. With missiles, your chance of survival climbs to 20%. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like with all the dialogue that's you're gonna see in this game. I like it. The story is really good, but I'm kind of glad like Nintendo like kind of just stuck to this for one game. Dread kind of has some of this dialogue too, but it's way more toned down in that game. The computer reminded me of a gruff Federation CO I served under named Adam Malkovich. He called me lady on missions. From anyone else, it would have sounded sarcastic, but Adam made it sound dignified. Out of respect and with some irony, I named the computer after him. That was why I brought up Adam earlier, because he gets talked about in this game a couple of times here and there. And then yeah, I mean you just saw it, but Samus names the computer after him. All right, let's get some missile data. I love like the pixel art of this game. Like, just look at this cool device, man. Like the device that you get most of your abilities from, the data room devices, like whatever they are. I don't know. I'm very nostalgic towards this game too, so that's where a lot of this is coming from. Missile data downloaded. But like, man, even, you know, I love Fusion. I love Zero Mission. I actually like Zero Mission more than this game. But two big ways that Zero Mission kind of falters a little bit next to Metroid Fusion is that the graphics in Fusion are better, in my opinion. Like, just the pixel art is so much better here. So much moodier, too. Like, just the color palette and everything. Electrical interference has knocked out the elevators on the main deck. This may be related to the X. I'll work on it for you. Or I'll work on it. As for you, try to find another way to the target. It's located here. Reading huge biosigns, so I hope your missiles work. Reload missiles. Yep. Some tutorials. Missiles are your only hope. Don't hesitate to use them. Now find a way to the target. Oh, I'm not going to hesitate to use missiles. Don't worry about that. But yeah, like, two ways, like, Fusion is, like, just two examples of where I think Fusion is better than Zero Mission. It's just the pixel art in this game is better, the graphics, and the... Wait a minute. Wait, what? I just lost it for a split second. Oh, okay, the boss fights. That was the big one. I was like, wait a minute. There is another thing. Like, another thing was running through my head. But yeah, it's the boss fights. And you know what? I'll say the sound design was what was going through my head too. I think the sound design is better in this game, even though I like the soundtrack of Zero Mission more. But it's crazy because, like, I think the presentation in Fusion is a better game than Zero Mission in, like, almost every way, in my opinion. But when you get down to it, like, the gameplay, like the actual gameplay, I think Zero Mission is just a better, more fun game. And it's largely because of all the dialogue and stuff that's in this game. And, you know, it's not just that too. This game's a lot more linear than most Metroid games. Which, you know, again, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. Like, I love linear games, so. But with Metroid, I prefer like the more open-ended type of free-flowing games, especially when it comes to the 2D ones. Secret energy tank. By the way, I'm not going to go for 100%. I'm just going for any percent, but I'm going to try to grab as many expansions as I can remember. All right, first boss fight. I love this dude. I love, like, again, the pixel art in this game, the graphics, just the design, the sound that he makes when he's, like, rolling and he does that swipe right there. I love it. In fact, I'm gonna let this fight play. I won't talk over it until I get him down to his core. There we go. Now he's in his core X form. Whoa. Yeah, simple. I mean, it's a simple fight. It's the first fight, right? But man, I love that fight. I would really like to try like a hard mode, like mod or something to this game, just to like up the difficulty even more. I remember when I played this for the first time, this game destroyed me. Like, it was so difficult. It is a hard game. Especially when compared to like the rest of the series. It's definitely a hard game compared to most of the other Metroid games, but you know, I've played this game 100 times, so like now I kind of wish I want to play like a super hard version of it, where like enemies do like one tank like full of damage or whatever, just get hit. Something insane like that. Though, I will say if I did that, some of the later bosses are going to absolutely destroy me. But it would be fun, though. It'd still be fun. Samus, my gosh. Samus, it's as I feared. The breeding environments have been invaded by X-parasites. Sector 1 shows several abnormalities on biosensors. Sector 1 is a simulation of the SR-388 ecosystem. To get there, take the main elevator to take the access shaft and use elevator 1. Man, I am just like not ready to like talk today. I'm not sure, but I think that whoever allowed the X into the environment may also be linked to the earlier explosion. Yeah, I was I was like not ready to just not do a bunch of talking today. I don't know why. Just kind of like a lazy Sunday, I guess. I did get a bunch of stuff done today, but I was not expecting to be talking so much, especially this early in the day. I say that, and it's like in the afternoon, like late afternoon right now. All right, we're coming up on a really, really cool moment as soon as I go down this elevator. I remember this blew my mind when I saw it. I remember seeing that for the first time, and for the first couple times after I, you know, on like my third or fourth playthrough, every time I like saw that, I would just get chills down my spine. This game they do like, what do you call that? Like, Metroid Fusion does the dread and like tension so well in this game. All right, going down to Sector 1. If you remember what Adam said, this is a it's an ecosystem, like environment that's replicating SR-388, which is the planet that we're orbiting right now in the station. The main elevator leading to the access shaft has been severely damaged. It will be totally unusable for some time, unfortunately. Some unknown agent is at work. Something very powerful, certainly not human. I'll report when I know more. Now listen closely. The X and Sector 1 have invaded the atmospheric stabilizers. They must want to alter the environment to their needs. They are already reproducing. Clear all 5 atmospheric stabilizers to stop them. All right. I guess I'll just do a safety save too. Why not? And knock on wood, I shouldn't die. Like I should not come close. Well, I shouldn't die. I've played this game so many times throughout my life, and even though I play poorly against some of the bosses, I know where a lot of expansions are and everything, and I know their patterns. Like, you know, I know pretty much all their patterns really well. So I'm gonna say that I'm gonna say that there's not gonna be any deaths, but watch I die like 4 or 5 times now that I said that. All right, so we got the first stabilizer right here. All right, 1 of 5 down. I love seeing that, like all the fog, you know, beforehand, and then you get rid of it, then it goes away. Another energy tank. All right, let's go get the second stabilizer, which is right over here. Oh yeah, what did it? Okay, I was trying to remember what my the last playthrough I did of this. Again, which was like, I want to say it was like 4 or 5 months ago. I played through this. I think an hour 14 is what I had on the menu right before I started this new save. So see if we can get. I'm gonna try to get a faster time than that, but. Then again, you know, I wasn't streaming that last time, and I wasn't reading a bunch of dialogue, so I'm probably not gonna be able to beat it, but we're still gonna try. Why not? These guys. Okay, I believe the next one's right here. Oh no. Yeah, let's just jump straight into the lava. Grab that though. Yeah, this is like whoa. I mean, this room and the previous room, like the backgrounds that we've seen so far are good. But man, I love some of the backgrounds in the later stages or the later sectors of this game. So good. All right, here's the third one. Oh, by the way, if you guys want to see something, a little trick or whatever, or not a trick, little Easter egg. You look at the top left of this stabilizer right here, you can see a GameCube. Now you know. Do they know? Do they know? See the background enemies. Something I didn't really realize until like, this was honestly like just a couple years ago I realized this, but like, I think the implication of this is that the creatures that we're seeing in the background of this environment right here, these are like non-infected creatures from the planet. I forget what these enemies are called, but yeah, like that one right there that just jumped in the background, like these are non-infected X creatures, I believe. And then you see the X fly down here, grab them, and then they turn into the enemies right there on the left-hand side that you see over there. Which is just like that's such a cool detail I did not like notice. I've been playing this game for literally decades, and that's like I just realized that like a couple years ago. I don't know if that's saying I'm really dumb, but which probably is. But I just think that's like a really cool cool attention to detail. Alright. I was gonna say, I think it was just a missile in here. I want to say most of the time when I beat this game, I get like 75 or 80% items. Oh, maybe there's an expansion on the other side of that, but we got the space pirates right here too. Which, like, I kind of wonder where these guys came from. Like, I guess they're just like... Excuse me. I mean, I guess they're like... Are they like prisoners of war? They were brought here to the station to be experimented on by the Federation? I mean, I don't know. It's kind of dark. You kind of think about it. I mean, I get it. You know, who cares about the space pirates? Those guys are evil bastards, right? But still, I mean, it's like... The Federation is like doing experiments on them. Or presumably they were doing experiments on them here. Which is like kind of creepy. I mean, that's dark. Again, just like another like cool like attention to detail like that. I just think that's so cool. And then, okay, we got a Chozo statue right here. Classic. Then we shoot it. It's a fake out. I'll be honest, this has got to be, I mean, I don't think it's really controversial or anything, but like, this is the easiestly, I can't even talk. Oh my God. This is easily the worst boss fight in the whole game. I mean, it's really not much. You get the charge beam from it, which is really nice. Charge beam is like busted in this game though, by the way. Super OP. But yeah, that was like, that's easily like the weakest boss in the whole game. Oh, that's alright, because it's only up from here. Alright, grab these. Yeah, charge beam is just really good in this game. It's just really powerful. And every time you fire it, there's like a little flare at the end of my gun. Or at the end of like Samus's arm cannon, that does a ton of damage as well. Actually, you want to see something? I can actually hurt this thing on this side by doing that. The little flare from the gun. All right, we got all the stabilizers. But But yeah, you're supposed to run around to the other side over there and fire missiles from it, from the other side to damage it, but because Samus has that flare thing, has that flare effect on her arm cannon after she fires a charge shot, you can destroy it from the other side. You just gotta jump into it, take a little damage, but it's a little quicker. Alright, that's just the save room. Actually, I think there are missiles over here. Oh, yep. That's some classic Metroid wall jumping. Now, they kind of nerfed it in this game. You can't bounce off a single wall continuously like you could in Super Metroid. So, you can't really use it. You can't really use the wall jump to, like, break out of bounds or anything really in this game because of that. Which which sucks. I really miss that from like, something like Super Metroid, something like Super Metroid or Zero Mission. Where you can do that, kind of break the game a little bit, sequence break. But you can't really do that in Fusion. Let's see. I think there's a level 2 hatch up here. Yeah, I think green is level 2. All right. Atmospheric stabilizers online. But many X have already made it to other sectors, it seems. In particular, Sector 2, the tropical habitat, shows abnormalities. I suspect the X entered this sector with the help of our unseen saboteur. Here it may be in TRO now. Samus, get over there. We need to put an end to this. All right. I'll brief you at the TRO navigation room. TRO Tropical. I wonder where I would... Oh, wait. I forgot Samus talks right here. As I listened to the briefing, my thoughts turned to Adam. The real Adam understood me well. He would end orders by saying, "Any objections, lady?" He knew I wouldn't disagree. That was just his way of noting our trust. I wonder if I can trust this computer too. I was gonna say, I was wondering, or like in my head, like when I hopped on the elevator, I was just wondering like where I would rank the sectors. Like in terms of like, which ones I like the best to least. And I don't know. Honestly, don't know. Maybe I'll by the end of this playthrough, I'll have an idea. I'll have a little ranking going. I do know which one's my favorite, and I'll mention it when we get there. I have learned the identity of our mystery saboteur. Samus, it's an X mimicking you. I've named it the SAX. Oh, yep. I believe the SAX came from the capsule containing your infected suit parts. You used a power bomb to escape the quarantine bay. That explosion breached the capsules containing all the X that started this disaster. But the SAX is definitely our biggest worry right now. The SAX is mimicking you at full power. You can't face it. If you see the SAX, just run. Don't think about fighting it. You are still very vulnerable to cold, an unexpected side effect of the Metroid vaccine. Like Metroids, you can be frozen by the ice beam. Of course, the SAX is armed with the ice beam. Stay away. If you see it, just run. HQ says they have bomb data ready in the data room. Bombs will help you find a way out if the SAX traps you. Data room is here, but it's sealed by a level 1 hatch. You have to find the security room and release the level 1 locks. But per safety protocols, it's not marked on the map. You have to find it on your own somehow, Samus. So first find the security room and unlock level 1 hatches, then go to the data room and get the bomb data. Okay. I wish you could just skip the dialogue scenes. I wish you could just like hit start and just skip them, but I already play this game. Like I do run-throughs of it, typically like once or twice a year. It's like, man, I would probably like run it even more if I could just skip the dialogue cutscenes, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, Sector 2. Sector 2 is pretty cool. It's not my favorite. It's kind of, I'd say lower mid tier sector for me personally, but I think there is something on the other side of this wall, but I think I need bombs. Maybe even power bombs, maybe. Security level 1 unlocked. Blue hatches are now active. All right. Yeah, I talked about it earlier, but like this takes place as the second to last game in the Metroid timeline, so at this point there are no more Metroids in the Metroid universe. Besides Samus, I guess. You know, since she has the Metroid vaccine in her. So the rest of them have all been exterminated. Alright, now we gotta go get bombs. Hate those guys. Yeah, Metroid Fusion, enemies and bosses just do a lot of damage in general. That's why a lot of people call this one of the hardest Metroid games, and it definitely is. It's like top 3 hardest ones, for sure. But enemies and bosses just do a lot of damage. Alright, so somebody blew up that door. I wonder who it could be. A little SAX, possibly. Yeah, so we can't go back out the way that we just came in. We gotta go this way. Then there's just a save room to my left, so we're gonna go right. Or excuse me, there's a save room to my right, so we're just gonna go left. Oh my god. You know, I got like 7 hours of sleep last night. Or like 6. I think it was like closer to 6, but... Man, you cannot tell, can you? Wait a minute. Oh, okay, there it is. Another thing that kind of brings Metroid Fusion down a little bit for me is a lot of the puzzles and the way to make progress in this game are not well telegraphed to the player at all. Like that I don't know what you call it, that pipe or whatever that just rose out of the ground. I mean, there's no indicator for that. You would think it would be like right here. And I think that's what they, you know, what the developers were kind of intending right here, because it's like, oh, a little block. I wonder if you can just bomb it. You know, and a pipe would, or something would happen, you know, but I don't know. It's, you'll see that later on, especially like even in this chapter, in just a little bit, you'll see what I mean. Yeah, the way to make progress in this game is not well telegraphed to the player at all, and I was actually stuck. When I first played this, I was stuck on this upcoming part. I want to say for like a week, maybe not a week, a couple of days, until I figured out like what to do. You'll see it in probably a couple minutes, actually, what I'm talking about. Actually, I think it's the next room. Oh, no. We're close to it, though. Man, just the... Again, this is just a great example of, like, the pixel art in this game. Just seeing all the jungle and the vines and the plants. It's so good. This game apparently is running on the Wario Land 4 engine too, which is like kind of crazy. That's another like amazing Game Boy Advance game, like one of the best games on the system, like this game. Okay, this is the room that I was talking about. So let me kill these guys. So I was stuck in this room for like 2 days. I want to or a couple of days, I should say. When I was a kid. Again, keep in mind I was like 7, maybe even 6 or something when I played this game for the first time. And like, you know, I fell down here. I tried to wall jump. You can't wall jump. Try to do this. I can't get out, right? So I start bombing a little bit. I'm bombing like sections over here. Okay, now that one went off, I guess. But I remember even bombing this area when I was a kid, and I was like, nothing would happen, and I was like, what do I do? How do I get out of here? And I was stuck for like 2 days on this part. But yeah, you're just supposed to like randomly bomb just a spot on the floor with no indicator that, you know, something's gonna happen when you bomb it, and then you just, you know, a pipe rises out of it. And that's how you get out of here. And I just remember being stuck on that for so long. It wasn't that long, but it felt like forever when I was a kid. Because I was like, what do I do? I would run around like other parts of the environment, Sector 1 and 2, looking for another way to make progress. Just wasted a bunch of time. But Fusion has those moments. And that's like one of the game's biggest problems, in my opinion. Especially if you're a new player, like... Yeah, it's kind of rough. This game's really rough if you're a new Metroid player. But it's funny because it's like it's a portable game, you know, first and foremost, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is a sequel to Super Metroid, but it's like with how linear it is, you would think it would be an easier game. But no, yeah, enemies, like I said, enemies and bosses in this game just hit like a tank. And then this is another kind of example of what I'm talking about, where like, okay, the way you make progress in this game is in this room. And you have to just, you know, shoot the floor right here and then just fall down. This one isn't that bad because if you enter from the lower level, you can make your way over here. And, you know, you can kind of figure that out, that, you know, it's like, oh, maybe if I go up above, I can get into this section somehow. So this one has a little bit more of an indicator to it, but still. Just Metroid Fusion being Metroid Fusion. All right, second boss fight. This one's pretty good. Honestly, I like the previous boss fight. I can't remember what his name was, the first one that we fought. I like him more, but I do like this one too. Dude just vibing. I think the reason why I don't like this boss fight quite as much as the previous one. Uh-oh, I got stuck. You got me. It's just because you do a lot of waiting. You know, waiting for him to jump and open up his weak point, which is, you know, his eye. Whoa. But it's not that bad. It is a cool fight, though. Alright, we gotta fight his core again, so... Almost... I'm trying to think. I think every single boss fight in this game ends with a core fight. High jump and jump ball abilities recovered. So yeah, now we can jump super high now. There is an expansion, like a Shine Spark puzzle to the right in that room, but you need, I think you need Space Jump and Screw Attack to go get it. I think, is there something in this room as well? Nah, maybe not. Alright. Oh yeah, can't go that way. Oh, the door has been busted. So we're gonna go down here and... I remember that scaring the hell out of me when I was a kid. Again, that's another great example of like sound design in this game. Like just hearing the SAX walk around like that, hearing her footsteps, how heavy they are, and how quiet the room gets. Again, just another example of how like just amazing sound design and music. Oh yeah, duh, we got Spring Ball now, so we can do that. Yeah, man. Even with all the faults that I was talking about with this game, though, this game is like, I think this is probably like my third favorite Game Boy Advance game of all time. Maybe fourth. I think it might be fourth. And then Zero Mission's actually my number one favorite Game Boy Advance game of all time, but this is probably I think my fourth if I had to like make a list. That'd be a fun video to do. Which reminds me, as soon as I get done streaming tonight, I got to make my dinner, and then I got to start working on my next video. Another Metroid related video. Got a bunch of those coming out for, you know, since Prime 4 is just over the horizon. Alright. Samus, we've got trouble. Releasing the security lock may have been a bad idea. The SAX has invaded the water environment in Sector 4 with several thousand X. With the blue hatches active, the SAX slipped in easily. The creatures and systems in Sector 4 are already showing multiple irregularities. I'm currently investigating. I'll brief you in the navigation room when you arrive. Yeah. Yeah, so far, if I had to rank the sectors, Sector 1's number 1, and then Sector 2 is second for right now. The SAX, an enemy with my strongest abilities, but does it have reason? Probably not. It's just a killing machine. In my current state, I can't face it head on. The SAX is me, only heartless. I must stop it before it learns its potential and threatens the universe. Yeah, when you're a, you know, ex-copy of Samus Aran, like one of the, you know, strongest warriors in the entire galaxy, yeah, that can be a problem. The sector has taken more damage than expected. I knew the X were powerful and destructive, but still, this seems to be purposeful. We certainly can't rule out the possibility that the SAX has a high degree of intelligence. I find the X fascinating, especially this SAX. But I digress. The sector is home to a very large creature, the researchers called Cirrus. It is capable of moving and attacking at ultra-high speed. The more senseless and widespread destruction here may be attributable to Cirrus. No doubt the SAX released it, but I can't be sure why yet. Cirrus has returned often in the breeding tank here. Its natural behavior must be to go back to it periodicly. It's a valuable specimen, but you have been authorized to terminate it. If you don't, it may invade other sectors. Okay. While you're moving, be careful. Some broken power nodes have electrified the water, but we can't cut the power. Doing so would affect the whole station adversely. If you touch the water, you'll be electrocuted. Conserve energy as you go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, honestly, you know what? I think this game really did like contribute to like my reading skills as a kid. I'm not even kidding, because like a lot of these words, like, again, I was a young kid when I played this. But I remember like just replaying this game over and over and like learning stuff, learning like the new definitions for words, and you know, like having the game's plot and everything like come together more and more to me as I played the game, as I replayed the game. And yeah, I just remember like, yeah, I think I honestly did learn a lot from reading from this game, weirdly enough. All right, if I can do this. Honestly, there may not really be a point to doing this right now, because I think you come back to this spot later. Oh, wait. There it is. Yeah, there may not really be a point to me doing this right now, but because I think you drop from the top of the ceiling later. But oh well, we got it either way. Yeah, the music. How do I feel? The music in this game, some of the music is really, really good, but most of it is just kind of like atmospheric type music. You know, it doesn't really have that strong like melody drive to it that a lot of tracks in Super Metroid had to them. But yeah, some of the music in this game is really good. I like this music that's playing right now. And then the serious boss fight music coming up is really, really good. One of my favorite pieces of music in this whole game, if I'm being honest. All right, so we're gonna grab an energy tank right here. By the way, this is, you know, I was talking about where I would rank the sectors, like my favorite sectors in this game. Where the rest of them fall, I don't really know where I would put the other ones, like in a particular order. But I do know which one is my favorite one, and it's this sector. Sector 4 is my favorite area of the whole game. And I like this area so far. Like you'll see, like the first time you come through here, it is a good area, good sector or whatever. But it's really the second time that you come through here that really like blows my mind. Like that's easily my favorite part of the whole game. But you'll see that a little bit later coming up. I'm not mistaken, I believe... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, it's right there. Okay. I knew there was an expansion over here somewhere. Okay. You can see the electric water down there. Really, really like that effect that's on it. You know, obviously, I'm so happy that they made Metroid Zero Mission. I mean, that's kind of tied with Dread as like my favorite, and Super Metroid is like my favorite 2D Metroid game, but part of me really wishes, like, I wish we could have seen what another original Metroid game on the Game Boy Advance would have looked like. That wasn't like a remake. Like, I don't know, you know, maybe Metroid Dread on the Game Boy Advance, like what that would have been like. All right, so this was the breeding tank that we were supposed to come to, and then as you can see, Cirrus has seen better days. So he's dead. So we're just gonna keep moving on. I don't know why I did that, but... Oh my gosh. Alright, one of the best music tracks in the whole game. And that's not up for debate. It's like Metroid Rave Club music. That's what I would call this. It's so good. I don't know if you can actually do damage to Cirrus with the flare. I mean, I'm sure you can, but I don't know if it does any extra damage if you can do damage with him with the charge shot and the flare. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if you can hit him with both of them at once. Oh my gosh. I think he's close to maybe one more shot. Oh yeah. The sound. Again, like just the sound effects. The sound effects in this game are honestly so iconic and nostalgic too for me, but even besides that, I think they're just super well done. Like, just very, very unique. Like they stick in your head. All right, so we got the speed booster. Classic Metroid item. I doubt I'm gonna be able to do this, but nope. I was gonna try to Shine Spark all the way down here to kill everything, but that's all right. Okay, yeah, I don't know why I came up here initially to get that, get those expansions, but yeah, it's just a save room. Oh well. Oh. All right, now we have to go, oh gosh. I don't know if I can make that jump over there. Again, another point towards the sound effects. I just love like the crunchiness of when you step into the electric water. It's so good. But no, speaking of that, we got to go lower the water level sector. So that's what we're gonna do. This is honestly another example, like the background work, like the background art in this level is so good. Pump control room. Water level lowered. All right, yeah, that'll get rid of the electric water. There goes. Oop. Didn't want to do that. All right, got a speed boost through this. Got it. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. I was gonna try to jump over that and then use it in the water, but oh well. All right, gonna use the speed booster again. Again, this part of Sector 4, it's cool, but this isn't the reason why it's my favorite sector. That'll be for later. We'll see why. But even not counting the later section of this sector, like even that first part, that's better than the first two sectors that we've done already, Sector 1 and Sector 2. That's just my opinion. So Sirius had been infected by the X2. Well, as a result, you recovered another ability. At this rate, you may be able to face the SAX yet, but that's still a ways off. HQ is more support data, this time it's missile upgrade data. You desperately need this, but the data room here is sealed with a level 4 lock, the highest security level. Let's avoid opening sensitive areas until it's necessary. Also, the route to the data room in Sector 2 is blocked by still more SIX activity. I note a deliberate activity pattern, as if it is blocking your recovery intentionally. Samus, it looks like your best option for this download is to go to Sector 3, or is in Sector 3. You'll find the PYR data room on your map after using a navigation room there. Okay. Oh my gosh. So much dialogue. Again, the story of this game is really, really good. I love the story of this game, but I just wish you could skip cutscenes. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. Alright. Sector 3. Sector 3 is also up there for me. I think this might be my second favorite sector of the whole game. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is. It's kind of a close one with Sector 5, too. That's another really, really good area. Thankfully, the X have not invaded this area yet. The data room here is sealed by another security hatch. In order to download, you must find the security room here and activate level 2 hatches. This may allow the SAX and X parasites into the area, but we are left with no choice. Your recovery is our main goal. But our main goal, data room is here. As I explained, security rooms can't be shown on the map. You Be careful, Samus. You will see very violent organisms here. And avoid the ultra-heated areas. Your suit can't take such high temperatures yet, but we're working on it. 2 hatches are green. Release the lock processed. Oh, wait, and proceed to the data room for download. Super missile data is ready. Your firepower will triple. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, it's a close one between this sector and Sector 5 for like my second favorite area of the whole game. I love Sector 5 and Sector 3 a whole bunch. All right, this isn't the right way, but I wanted to see what's down here. Oh, I need speed booster. Oh wait, JK, I think this actually is the right way. It is. All right, missile tank. I should have known that was gonna happen. I was like, wait a minute, can't you run over if it's just one block? Can't you run over them with the speed booster and you won't fall? But anyway, all right, yeah, security room. Security level 2 unlocked. Green hatches now active. All right, now because we unlocked the security level, or like unlocked the green hatches, now the X parasites have invaded the sector. Which again, it's another minor thing, but it's just a really cool attention to detail. Like there are no enemies in this environment. Prior to us unlocking the level 2 hatches, and now there's just a bunch of X parasites all over the place. This game does like the story, like the world building and all that so well. Whoa. Ow. Alright, so with the green hatches open, now we can go get super missiles. I love like hearing that little noise those guys make when they jump. Again, the enemies just have very like distinct noises to them, or sound effects to them. All right, super missiles. Here we go. I love the oomph that the super missiles have in this game too. That loud crunch that they make whenever they hit something, and then like you kind of see like the whole screen shake just a little bit. So cool. All right, grab another expansion. I think there might be another one on the other side of this. Okay, maybe not. I know there's a room a lot like that one later on where there is. And you gotta like bomb it over there in that spot, and then you can get to the next part of it. So, all right. So it looks like this door has been destroyed. Obviously, this wasn't here when we walked through here the first time, so something did this. Okay, and that door's been destroyed too. Got some rumbling going on. Let's go back this way. Whoa, and we got the box. That's his name. Really cool boss fight. You know, this is like the third boss fight of the game, but this is like so far that we've experienced, that we've, the bosses that we've fought so far, this is easily my favorite one. I love how, like, you know, the more and more you damage him, like you see his core get more and more destroyed. So cool. Oh, there we go. There he is. Where's he going? And he's out of here. All right, now because he destroyed that, we can use those as platforms and get out of here. All right, there is an expansion up there. Might try to get it real quick. No, I'm not gonna try like over and over again, so I'll just try it once or twice. I think right here. Yeah, there we go. And then, yeah, I don't think we can go that way. We need screw attack for this, I think. Yeah. Oh, okay, still got it. There we go. Yeah, just another expansion right there. Energy tank. All right, and first run through Sector 3 is done. I don't think I mentioned it, but like each sector in this game, you go through it twice. You go through each one twice, so. I see that you encountered a rogue security robot. You may destroy it if you meet it again. Your safety is vital. But as soon as your brief, as to your brief, level 2 security locks are released, so Sector 5 and 6 are now open. That means those sectors have likely been infiltrated by the X as well. They're much harder to stop than we initially suspected. Sector 5 is Sub-Zero. You're still susceptible to cold from the vaccine side effects, so you'll take damage if you even set foot inside there. Avoid Sector 5 for now, but in the meantime, HQ is working on data to adjust your suit for extreme temperatures. Oh, man. So it is like so much, man. I love the story to this game. I love the dialogue, but like, oof. Once we have the transmission, especially reading it out loud, there's just so much to it. Once we have the transmission, you can download it, but the X have destroyed all the data rooms you have used so far. I no longer doubt their capacity for critical thought. Well, just wait. You have to use the data room in the night habitat, Sector 6, NOC. Go to Sector 6 and access navigation room there. Okay. Tread lightly, Samus. You are the only one who can do this, and the X may be much more dangerous than we know. It's kind of weird, like he says that, and then we get like this uplifting music. I always thought it was a little jarring. Then we got a little secret transmission right here. Incoming dispatch. Does Samus suspect anything? No, I do not think so. Good. Monitor her closely. Oh, I wonder who that could be. Affirmative. Out. The plot thickens. Alright. Well, that little endeavor out of the way, we're going to go to Sector 6. Sector 6 is another cool area. I like it. It is kind of like on the lower end of my favorite sectors, but it's still really, really cool. The various suit data here is from HQ, ready to download. Get moving to a data room. But there's a problem. X from the Sub-Zero sector ARC are in Sector 6, and they've been changed by the cold. If you absorb one, you'll be frozen from within. This seems like a deliberate tactic. Once you download the various suit modification, you'll be out of danger. Just be extremely careful until then. Data room is here. Remember to avoid the X, blue X. Use your beam to stun them in order to get by. Okay. Be careful. They are hunting you actively now, Samus. And this area is very dark. Proceed with extreme caution. You know, he was just saying, he doesn't think that they're capable of critical thought. And I think, they know Samus is like weak to cold. Apparently they know that she took the Metroid vaccine. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of, that's like that's some evidence of critical thought, I think. I mean, that's what it always sounded like to me. There's an expansion over here. I believe it's top one, if I'm not mistaken. there we go. But yeah, we'll see an even better example of like the X being intelligent later on. All right, so there's the first cold X. Again, like Adam said, if we touch them, they'll actually damage us and not restore health. Because Samus has the Metroid vaccine in her, and the Metroids are weak against cold. Oh my gosh, how did I not absorb that? Thank goodness. Whew. Oh, got that one though. Wow, yeah, that did 70 damage. I think it's just, yeah, there's a save room over there, so we don't gotta go that way. Another energy tank. Man, it is kind of crazy how quickly you get energy tanks in this game. Okay, looks like power bomb, right? So, oh. Again, I know this was gonna happen, but this is such a cool moment. I remember this part blowing my mind as a kid. Just being like so scared. I also should have mentioned that too. Like the audio gets a little wonky. Like the audio will like, it's like it can get crazy loud. Oh god. Okay, I did not mean to do that. All right, so now we got the SAX chasing us, but luckily she can't. She doesn't know how to jump, so we're turned into a morph ball up here, so we're good. I think she will fire the beam if we're right here, though. I don't know. I wonder if she'll fire if we're like. Oh, she does. All right, we're out of here. Yeah, it's so cool. I love like those tense moments. Like when you're in the same room as the SAX. So good. I wish this game had more of them, and I honestly wish Metroid Dread had like took more inspiration from how they were done. Like the moments of dread in this game. Yeah, we just had that core X just took our Varia suit. So we gotta go get it back. But yeah, honestly, I think the moments of dread in Fusion are better done, are more well done in this game than they are in Dread, if I'm being honest. I like the Emmy sections of Dread, they're good, but I think like the moments where you're getting chased by the SAX, or when you're in the same room as the SAX, like they're more intense, I think. And they're also not like, you know, overdone as much as the Emmy sections are in Metroid Dread. You know what? Even despite that, Metroid Dread is the better game in my opinion. I love Metroid Dread. That's like a 10 out of 10 game for me. All right, some would call this the ugliest suit color, or the ugliest suit in the whole Metroid series. There are some that say that. And it's mostly just because of the color palette, but you know what? I honestly kind of like it. I like it in a really like cheesy way, but I like the Varia suit in this game. Yeah, a lot of people hate the look of it. Yeah, now since we have the Varia suit, we can absorb these the cold X, and we are immune to it. They won't do damage to us. I think there's okay, maybe not. Yeah, they're still trying to attack us. And there are 2 expansions over there, but I'm just gonna keep moving. I thought there was another one right here. Maybe not. Ow. All right, see if I can do this. There we go. And if it isn't like obvious, or maybe it didn't even play when I started the stream. Maybe you didn't see me in the menu or whatever, but I am playing this on the Switch 2, like via the Switch Online service. Well, I mean, obviously you guys can see that. Yeah, you can see my profile and everything up in the top left. Yeah, you guys know that. I just forgot to mention that when I started the stream. It's just easier to get footage of it this way, you know. And honestly, I think the emulation for the Switch Online services, I think they're really good so far. At least the Game Boy Advance and Super Nintendo versions, or the emulators are really good, I think. Even the N64 one's pretty good. And I haven't really messed around too much with the GameCube one yet. But, oh, you know what? I need to see if Luigi's Mansion is on the GameCube service, because that's, you know, spoilers, I guess, but that's going to be the next, one of the next games I stream for October, spooky month. How did the X download the Varia suit data? This doesn't seem to make any sense at all unless the X have the ability to process data organically. At any rate, you have the Varia suit data. Now you'll be protected from extreme temperatures. More importantly, the SAX will no longer be able to freeze you, so you can escape easier. But you're still too weak. That thing is too much for you. You currently have no way of damaging it, but my simulations indicate that a penetrating weapon like the plasma beam might work. Developing modification data will take HQ some time, though. There's also a chance that you may be able to restore your plasma beam by absorbing a large core X, as you did with the charge beam function. As for restoring the ice beam functionality, I doubt it. Your current cellular makeup would reject that addition. Therefore, HQ has developed an ice missile upgrade. This will add a freezing effect to your missiles. It will help. Go to Sector 5 for the download. All right, well, you don't got to tell me twice. All right, so no ice beam for now. Or honestly, for the rest of the game. Whoops. So yeah, we're gonna get ice missiles for right now. Whoops. All right, so this is the last of the sectors that we haven't seen. And, you know, Sector 5, the first time you go through it, it is a cool area, but I think the second visit's really, really cool. Gosh. Need to download data for the ice missile upgrades. As you might expect, the data room here is secured. Level 3 security hatches are yellow. Release the security lock and download data as usual. Experiment with those new missiles. They will be helpful. You know what to do. Go to it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Adam, sir. Oh, whoops. Oh, I think we gotta shoot those missiles. Yep. Yo. Where am I at right now? Dude, I've been streaming this for an hour and 13 minutes already? That's crazy. I just looked, dude, I thought it was gonna be like, oh, I've been streaming for like half an hour. Dude, an hour and 13 minutes? What the hell? That's crazy. I guess this is gonna be a little bit of a longer stream than what I thought. I thought I was gonna be able to beat both of these games in like 2 hours, but I guess when you're reading all the dialogue and stuff, it does kind of add up. All right, so before we can go get the ice missiles, we have to unlock the security hatches. We need, yeah, speed booster for that. Which are the red ones that we need to unlock. Oh wait, no, it's the yellow ones. It's the yellow ones, I think. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there we go. Man, I forget what these guys are called. I like them. They're cool enemies, but... And this was another part of this game where I was stuck on it for so long. Oh, wait, no. Actually, I don't think we're quite there yet. Yeah, we're not there yet. I'll come back here. To be continued. To be continued. You'll see what I mean later. And those enemies are in Super Metroid 2. All right, security room. Yellow hatches are now active. All right. Now we can go get ice missiles. Oh, you son of a gun. Yeah, I cannot believe it's already been an hour already. That's wild. Man, I thought for sure I was going to look over at it and just be like, oh, 30 minutes. 30 minutes, 40 minutes, at the latest. It's crazy. At some point, though, I do want to speed run this game. Maybe not like seriously or like professionally, but I would like to do it at some point. It'd be really, really cool. It's one of the few games where I actually want to do it. Where I actually want to speed run. Okay, we got the ice missiles now. You know what? Let's get this expansion. Why not? All right, there it is. Oh, it's a fake out. I love like this. So this honestly looks like a Mega Man enemy or something to me. He's just gonna fly away. Let me get the real one right over here. Yeah, we see those guys again later. They're just like so funny to me. They just look so goofy, but I love it. All right, we got another expansion right here. Again, I'm going to talk about this in a little bit, but I had no idea enemies could do this. Like where you kill one, and then they come back and they transform into something else. Oh, dang it. All right, try that again. There we go. Again, I don't think it's really something that the game teaches you. Doesn't really tell you about. Oh, whoops. And in this room coming up, this was another one of those moments. As a kid playing this, I got stuck for like a day or two. Because you need the shine spark to break what's in the next room, right? And obviously there's a huge gap right here, so there's not enough, you can't speed boost. Even if you started like right here, it won't be enough. But this is like the first room in the game where like you gotta kill this enemy multiple times. Don't absorb that second one. And then you have to like wait for it to go into that, and then you can freeze that. Again, that was like another thing where like I did not know you could do that. I didn't know like enemies could do that, you know? That's the thing about Fusion, like it does a lot of things really well. Like again, the little attention to the small attentions to detail that this game has. I mean, there's a whole like checklist of stuff that it does so well. But that is one thing the game kind of falters on just a little bit. Oh yeah, we need power bomb for that. It's just like explaining certain stuff to the player and like making the way to the next section or making progress in the story can be really, really obtuse. There are like no hints on what to do in a room to, you know, go forward. Also, I'm sure you guys saw it, but that thing that was flying in the background, I wonder what that could be. Okay, I think it's right up here. Yeah. There we go. All right, slight volume warning, I think.
Emergency in Sector 3.
I mean, I don't think it's that loud on the... It doesn't look that loud on OBS, so it shouldn't be that bad, but... Yeah, there's an emergency in Sector 3.
Emergency in Sector 3.
Emergency in Sector 3. The area could melt down soon. It seems the main boiler's cooling unit is malfunctioning. It could easily destroy the entire research station, so it would likely trigger the auto-destruct explosives. We have about 6 minutes. Hurry to Sector 3 and access the control room to the side of the Metroid, or of the main boiler room. Most of the systems in PYR are down because of this. Again, we know who to blame. The SIX must have hacked into the system control file. What impressive intelligence. There's little time. Hurry to the control room in Sector 3. Yeah, this is... I was kind of alluding to this earlier, but this is like another example of like how it shows you the intelligence of the X. Like they're able to like hack into the computer systems to trigger this auto or like to break the boiler room down. It shows you that they are like intelligent to some level. And yeah, we got a time limit. So yeah, we got to go to the boiler room and shut it down before it destroys the whole station. Little way to save some time right there. Love seeing those guys from Super Metroid right there. It's kind of crazy because like you would think most of the enemies would be like new enemies from you know, that are like, you know, from SR388, which is the planet that the station is orbiting. But there's a lot of enemies from Zebes. You know, that's where Metroid 1 and Super Metroid take place. There's tons of those enemies all over the station. I wonder, I don't know, like like off the top of my head, like how close is Zebes to SR388? I don't think they're in the same solar system. I'm pretty sure they're not. We got those ice missiles now. We can freeze these guys. I mean, freeze most enemies. Get rid of him, though. Yeah, this game is just so fun. Like, if the game was like just a little bit more open, and if you could skip like the story, like the dialogue on like repeat playthroughs, man, this would be like up there as one of my favorite Metroid games. And even with that, you know, it still is so good. It's an amazing game, but it would make it even that much more better, you know? All right, main boiler room, so... Oh, hey, this guy spawned back. All right, let's go kill whoever's in the next room. Main boiler, control room. Whoa, and then you see that? I remember, again, like, this was just another moment in this game that blew my mind. It was like, whoa, another human? And then you shoot him. And it's like, whoa, nope, he's an X-Parasite. All right, should be the spacer. Oh no, the wide beam. That's right. It's the wide beam in this game. Beam widens dramatically. Cooling unit operational. There we go. We did it, Patrick. We saved the station. And honestly, that was the... I mean, that's pretty much all of Sector 3 for the most part. That was our second run-through of the area, so... Like I said, each sector in this game you go through twice. And that was our second visit for Sector 3. Even though it is like a, you know, a shorter, smaller area, I do really, really like Sector 3. I like the lava desert environment. Seeing that in 2D is like really, really cool. I would love to see like a full-on like desert environment in a 2D Metroid game. I'm thinking of like the Ogden Wastes from Prime 2. Like, you know, it's a desert area. Seeing what something like that would look like in 2D would be really, really cool. All right. We're just going to fall into the lava. No big deal. We're just going to keep falling into lava. No big deal. Okay. You know what? There are expansions to the right, but I'm just going to keep going forward. We'll just keep making progress. I'm already like late on what I like should be at, or like where I should be at for playing this for an hour and a half. So, like I said, I wasn't gonna go for all expansions. I just wanted to do like a fun, like, you know, casual playthrough of this game. You know, in the hype up for Metroid Prime 4. Right. Should be able, yeah, we can break this now because we have the missiles. All right, whoops, I didn't want to do that. Okay. I don't know what I was trying to do. I was gonna try to kill that guy, but no, we'll just recharge right here. Just to get the full health. The X mimicked a crew member? It all makes sense now. The X can absorb the memories and knowledge of their prey. What an astounding find. HQ was very impressed. Don't you find it strange? This could have destroyed the station with the X in it, not to mention the SIX. Unusual for a self-preserving species like the X, unless your presence is an even greater threat, a threat to the existence of X elsewhere. This is only a hypothesis. Perhaps their survival instinct is in conflict with their newly borrowed intelligence. Don't let your guard down yet. The X are still a threat. Samus, I see biosigns on the habitation deck. Survivors? The infected crewman you saw hadn't survived until recently. Maybe there's a chance. The signs emanate from here. Is your objective clear? Yes. I've just restored power to the main elevator. Use it to return and look for any survivors. Yes, sir, Adam, sir. So yeah, we gotta go back all the way back up to the main deck, which isn't that far. One of my favorite like moments, I mean, honestly, it might be my favorite moment in the whole game, is when we go back up there, not right now, but like later. And again, I won't spoil it for anybody that's never seen this game or played this game before, but I love it. I mean, that probably is like one of my favorite sections in this whole game. So cool. All right, now if I'm not mistaken, we can go through here, pick up a expansion, and then I think we can. Okay, well, I think you can go to the other side of the wall to my right. But before, I don't want to do that because I want to show you guys something. So we go into this room, right? Sub-Zero containment. Look who it is. Everyone's favorite evil space dragon, Ridley, right there. I remember, like, again, this was my first Metroid game when I played this as a kid, so I had no idea who he was, but even still, like, seeing this for the first time, I remember just thinking, like, whoa, this is so cool. Like, what is that? It's like they had to, you know, I was like, oh, they had to freeze him because he's such a deadly threat. They had to freeze him to death in here. But then, you know, later on, playing through all the other Metroid games and then having context who he is. Just, again, another amazing thing that another little attention to detail this game does amazingly well. Okay, we gotta go up here. Oh, I thought Samus was gonna have another dialogue section, but might be for later. All right, so we need to go up top. Now, it said there were survivors in this room, right? And look who it is. It's the animals from Super Metroid. And as you guys know, in that last playthrough that I did for Super Metroid on stream, we did save them, so canonically, I think Samus does save the animals because they have to survive to make it to this game. Unless these are like other animals that are a part of the same species, but it's not the same exact ones. But I think they are like the same exact animals from Super Metroid, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so we got to break that. Grab an expansion down here. We got to randomly jump through a wall. Here we go. Now we got to free them. Lock disengaged. Gate opening. I love how the little animal like bows to Samus right here in a second. Thank you. And then they just take off. I love that. All right, now we're gonna go back to a navigation room. I think Samus might talk right here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because she talks about the animals. That's right. Edicoons and Detroras. I've met these intelligent beings before. They seem to recognize me as well. Yeah, so it has to be the same exact animals from Super Metroid. No unusual to meet again here. In the past, they've helped me unleash abilities I didn't know I had. They helped me unleash abilities I didn't know I had, but where did they run to? I hope they're safe. Yeah, for no one that's or for anybody that's not played Super Metroid, they kind of show you how to shine spark and stuff in that game. If you even come across them. I remember beating Super Metroid for the first couple of times, and I never even ran into them. You have to like kind of go out of your way to bump into them. So the survivors were not human, most unfortunate. We can now confirm the deaths of all crew members. I imagine this was the case, but I had hoped it wasn't so. I believe the X have only infected humans for knowledge. That form is too weak for battle. I'm sure the others were merely food for the X. Samus, I think they are evolving, growing stronger. Some are now appearing that resist your current weapons. HQ anticipated this and sent power bomb data as soon as the hardware team finished it. Download it immediately. Our choice of data rooms is limited to the one in Sector 5. Yeah, so back to Sector 5 we go. Well, no, yeah, I guess you run through Sector 5 3 times, now that I think about it. The rest of the sectors you go through 2 times. Yeah, Sector 5 you kind of go through 3 times. Even though this second one that we're about to do, you literally pretty much just go to the data room. You explore like one new section. Oh, there is an expansion over there, but we'll get that next time. But yeah, the second run through Sector 5 isn't like too crazy. Just kind of like a short visit. Short visit to get power bombs. Oh, and by the way, the power bombs in this game, couple of things. One, you get a ton of expansions for power bombs. It's insane. They give you like, I think you get like 30 or 35 if you get all the expansions. It's just like you don't need that many power bombs in pretty much any Metroid game, but you get a ton here. You've been to this data room before, but I'll show it to you. Show you its position again. Move out. But yeah, you get an insane amount of power bomb expansions, and as you'll hear in a little bit, the noise that the power bombs make are so insane. It's insanely loud. Like if you played this on the original like Game Boy Advance back in the day, like it would like crack the speakers. Like it would crackle the speakers, I should say. Because they just made it like ungodly loud. And there's an enemy that we fight later that has a roar that is like insanely loud. It does the same exact thing. It's actually, I think it's the loudest thing in the whole game. Is this particular enemy's roar, but we'll see what that is in a little bit. Yeah, you can still see that thing flying in the background, whatever that is. Obviously, I know what that is, but I'm gonna, not spoil it. So yeah, we just gotta go get power bombs. All right. Now, because there was a gate over there, we can't go back that way, so we got to go forward. And because I already know we have to go this way, so I'm not gonna run all the way to the left. Another one of the coolest sections of the whole game is right here. You can hear the SAX walking towards us right now. And there she is. So she'll just go back and forth in this room, but if you do something kind of cool, if you fire your gun, it actually like attracts her. Like she'll go and investigate it. And just because I just kind of want to show you guys, like I kind of want to aggro her. Start firing our beam. Yeah, watch this. I'll get her aggro. Trying to hit her. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for her to go a little bit left. Or right, I mean. Oh, she's awake. She knows we're here. I remember the first time playing this, like, I aggroed her because I laid power bombs in this room. Oh god, we gotta get out of here. Woo. Hopefully we don't die from this. Whoa, okay. Just barely got out. Yeah, I remember like that was like such a intense room when I was a kid. Okay, volume warning. I should have said that like 5 seconds before I dropped it, but oh well. Yeah, that I remember that section like scaring the hell out of me when I was a kid. I honestly wish this game had more like sections with the SAX in it, because they are just a lot of fun. And I wish there was like more complex ones. I know that's something like Dread would kind of do later down the line, but I don't know, the way Dread does it and the way Fusion does it, like the tension with the one-hit kill enemies, or not one-hit kill, but you know, the enemies that you can't kill. They do it differently in Fusion and Dread. And I think I honestly prefer the way they do it in Fusion more, a little bit more, but even though the Emmy sections are like one of my least favorite things about Metroid Dread, they are still well done. I still like them. God, yeah, it's so loud. It's crazy. Alright, so now that we got power bombs, we can go back to the navigation room and talk to Adam. Alright, what does our favorite computer have to say? Samus, return to your ship. I have important information. Beep boop beep bop. Alright. So a little bit ago I mentioned going back up to the main sector, and then that section being one of my favorite, like, I don't know, sections of the whole game. That's what we're about to do right now. I think it might actually be, I mean, if it's not this upcoming section right up here, it's going to be Sector 4 when we go through it for the second time. But man, I love this part of the game. Right here. Elevator's out. We're stuck. Music goes quiet. And we're just kind of hearing the hum of machinery in the background. We got kind of this mysterious music playing. And yeah, we're just kind of like exploring like the back like subsystems of the BSL station right now. And look who it is. He's alive. Kind of. Well, he was infected with the X, and then the X just took off. So yeah, I wonder what he's gonna be up to. You don't have to kill those guys up top, like right above me, but in order to get out of this next section, you have to Shine Spark. So I try to kill a couple of them, just so it's easier. And then I think we need to Shine Spark this. Oh, wait, no, we Power Bomb it. Okay. Got it. And then we're right back over here where the game began. I wonder what could be in the ship. Or what Adam could, or like why he wanted us to come back here. Damn it, I kind of just ruined it. Oh well. The main silo of the reactor core has gone offline. That's why all elevators and station systems are down. Elevators and hatches won't work. This doesn't bode well. If you can get to this point, you may be able to start the auxiliary power system. Then we can figure out why the main silo went offline. By the way, I asked you to return here to tell you. Some strange creatures have boarded your ship. Yeah, there they are, the animals that we just saved. I love that they're here on Samus's ship. Yeah, and you see that little cutscene of them just chilling. So cool. I confirmed that they were not ex-hosts and gave them a breath. Is that what he said? Did you know anything about these strange creatures? Were they the source of the healthy biosigns earlier? Very well. Then their presence in the midst of this disaster must have some significance. I will keep them here. Hell yeah. We're saving the animals yet again. All right, so because the reactors of the station are offline, we have to go get them back online. So this next section of the game, we gotta kind of go like in the, explore the, I don't know what you call it, like the background. What do you call it? You know, explore like the background of the station or whatever, you know? I can't think of like the right word. But we have to basically get the reactor back online. And as you can see, there's a bunch of this tanglewood stuff all over it, blocking it, shutting it down. So we got to clear the source of it. Whoa, we got space pirates here too. Even though like it is kind of like a weird... Oh yeah, you just got an energy tank lane right there. I do like the space pirate designs in this game, like the purple green. Kind of has like the Evangelion color scheme to them. They are cool. Even if they are like a little goofy looking, I do kind of like the design to them. All right, where is this? Oh, must be over here. Oh, yep. Take care of that guy. And then because I'm right here, I may as well just grab this expansion. I mean, it is just like right there, so why not? All right. One of my favorite boss fights in the whole game right here. Oh, I only just got the one hit on him. Also, banger music. Oh, he got me. Yeah, this is Yakuza. Very, very cool boss fight. I love this guy's design. I love the fight itself. Even though it's hella annoying he keeps grabbing me like that. Yeah, basically just gotta shoot him in his mouth whenever he's, uh-oh. I keep going right into him. What was that even? Oh, I was just gonna say, like, yeah, that's, you gotta just shoot him whenever he opens his mouth like that. Whenever he's about to spit out his fire. Oh, wow, we got that quick. I don't know, I found this part, this second phase of the fight easier with the charge beam, but I don't know, it may just be me. I think it's just because like when you charge it up, it just has like that wider shot to it. It just makes it easier to hit them. Alright, there we go. Though I think using the missiles, it is quicker. because you can just spam them and hopefully get the hit on him, on Yakuza. But yeah, even though I kind of killed him like really quick right there, I love that boss fight. He's so good. Definitely like top 3 boss fights in the whole game for me, in my opinion. All right, with him killed, we get the space jump. Yet another classic Metroid ability. Gonna go up here and then we can restore auxiliary power right here. So the station isn't fully powered up yet, but we got some of the subsystems powered back on. Save rooms and recharge rooms are now back online, but with only auxiliary power, no elevators or hatches will work. Without the main silo online, we're still stuck. I believe the source of the problem is the vegetation you saw earlier, choking the reactor core components. Is your objective clear? Yeah, so we gotta go, find the source of those roots and to proceed. Yeah, we gotta find the source of the roots and then we gotta destroy it. Which I happen to know right where it's at. These guys right here, these flying bastards, if you get hit by the stinger that they have, it does a lot of damage. I think it does like 2 energy tanks. Maybe not quite 2, but it's like up there. It's a lot. Okay, if you listen. Obviously you can hear the footsteps, so you know what's right down here. This part scared the hell out of me because you know the SAX is in this room and you have to drop down, but you obviously can't see down there, so you don't know where she's at. And then you gotta like, just sprint through this area. This is my favorite like SAX section of the whole game. I love this part. I wish this game had more moments just like this one. Freezer right here. There we go. Again, it's over so quickly, but I love that section. Oh god! Yeah, look at that. How much damage did that do? Did that just do like 3 energy tanks? Am I crazy? It's an insane amount. Maybe we'll see it again coming up. Yeah, like I said, I mentioned it earlier, but the enemies just do a lot of damage in this game. But those enemies in particular do an insane amount if they hit you with the stinger. Crazy. You know, I died when I played this game for the first time. I died so many times in it, but part of me like often wonders, it's like, how the hell did I beat this game as a kid? Because it is like insanely difficult. All right, then obviously you can already tell the fact that we're fighting this guy right here. There's another boss fight coming up. Oh, and it is a really cool fight. So we got a Chozo statue infected with those X-infected like vines or whatever they are. Get me out of here. So that's the source of all the vines and the tangle, the roots and everything around this environment, or on the station, really. I found the best tactic is to just lay power bombs constantly, so it gets rid of those little spores shooting from above. And just keep missiling the Chozo statue. Whoa. All right, there we go. Oh, okay, I got it. Got her. Or got him, her, whatever it goes by. Whatever the X's pronouns are. So yeah, we got the plasma beam. Very, very cool beam effect. Again, it's just like another one of those. This game, honestly, like the sound effects and the sound design of this game are off the charts. Like it's insanely good. So good. All right, let's see how much damage this does. Okay, it does like 1.5. if you get hit by the stinger. At least I'm pretty sure I got hit by the stinger right there. It looked like it. Oh yeah, power bomb. All right, now, so yeah, that honestly, like that was that whole section that I was talking about, like the Tanglewood Vine section, like where the whole ship like shuts down momentarily for a little bit there. I love that whole section of the game. One of my favorites. Love it. What? You've restored plasma beam functionality? Most unexpected. Even so, continue to avoid the SIX. It too may be stronger, and you still lack a few abilities crucial to survival. Wait a second. More trouble. Hold on. I've isolated the cause. There's been an explosion in the ARC data room. Samus, go to Sector 5. Again, this right here, the damage is staggering. Find out what's causing it. Another one of my favorite areas or moments in this entire game is this third revisit to Sector 5. Because it's so cool. It's so cool how it changes. You'll see what I mean in a couple minutes. All right. All right, see what old Adam has to say about this. It's gotten worse. The damage seems to have been caused by a creature kept here by the researchers who named it the Nightmare. Apparently, it was a biomechanical organism designed for military applications. It possesses uncommon power and can manipulate gravity. We must assume that it's become an ex-host. You have no choice. You must find it and defeat it. I can't confirm the location. This thing is out of control. Hurry before it destroys the entire station. Yeah, so we went through Sector 5 earlier, and it was like, you know, honestly, for the whole... Out of all the sectors in this game, it's one of the most pristine-looking environments. Like, it's very clean. It just looks very sterile, right? And then as soon as we go through this door, remember what it looked like earlier? And now it's just, like, completely in ruins. It's just been a night... Like, devastation has been, like, gone through this whole section, or this whole sector. There is a, expansion, like, right up here that we could get, but... And yeah, here's that data room that we were in earlier that we got the power bombs in. Completely decimated. And yeah, we'll go through here. And again, like, I know exactly where to go in this game, so I am just kind of run through it, but... Otherwise, you know, I could be doing, like, more... Like, what I mean by that is I could be doing more exploring and all that stuff, but... You know, I'm already, like, kind of, like... I'm almost at 2 hours. That's insane. I thought by now I would have like beat this game by now, but again, like reading all the dialogue and stuff, it really adds up like a lot more time to it. Okay, we're just gonna let that guy go. Let that guy go, I should say. I always thought these guys looked a little goofy. I like their designs and everything, but they do look a little goofy. Like the little aqua space pirates. Okay, not this way. Oh, am I crazy? Did the music kind of like glitch out there for a second? It kind of sounded like it. All right. About to fight again. Like, this is probably a top 3. It's got to be top 3 boss fights of the whole game for me personally. So good. Again, like the background of this boss arena is really, really cool too. Just like a giant like junk pit. But yeah, we got the nightmare here. And yeah, he can, he's activating like his like gravity well thing right there that I'm shooting. So like everything is in like slow motion right now, except for him. I mean, he's kind of in slow motion too a little bit. All right, but now that that's gone, watch his face. Ugh, yeah, look at that. Face only a mother could love. Or an ex-parasite could love, I should say. This boss fight, again, this was another boss fight for me. Like as a kid, this fight was super hard. It's not what I wanted to do. I need him to like stop moving. There we go. Oh, it's a bad spot though. Wonder if I can kill him. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, duh. Of course you can damage him even while he's running around like this. There we go. Again, I've played this game 100 times. Like, obviously, I'm making these boss fights look a little easier. But man, like these if you've never played this game before, these bosses are so difficult. And you don't know their patterns, like how to manipulate them. And again, I am not like a speedrunner at all. But I've played this game so many times, I just know the boss fights like the back of my hand. Yeah, here we go, the gravity suit. I love the look of the gravity suit in this game. My favorite suit in the whole game. I mean, again, it's like that Evangelion color scheme, the purple and green, but it just looks so good. And then you got the red helmet on top of it. I love it. All right, we gotta do that again. I forgot, you have to like open that door, run to the other side of the room, and then run through it. Because you gotta get the Shine Spark ability to break this wall right here. See if I can do this actually. Oh, dang it. I was gonna try to Shine Spark all the way through this room. That's all right. Oh, okay. He still turned into a little fish mermaid. Even though I absorbed that one, the ex-parasites that were floating around. It's all right. Who cares? We'll let him have it. We'll let him have it, chat. All right, so Sector 4. This is our second run through of this environment, and this is probably my favorite section of the whole game. I mean, it is my favorite section of the whole game. And then that reactor section that we just did, where we fought the Yakuza, the giant spider, and everything. That's definitely my second favorite moment in the whole game. Or area, section, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, the background in this environment is amazing. The music is amazing. And then like just all the exploring that you do on like in this particular section, it feels like classic like Metroid exploration, you know? I'm gonna kill that guy just to get a refill. And the music in the background here, this is like a really good example of, I don't really like ambient music too much. My favorite types of like Metroid music tracks are like the ones that have like a strong melody to them. But this is one of the few examples where I actually like the ambient, like this ambient track. You know, and this has like a melody to it, but it's very, very subtle. It's not typically the, it doesn't sound like a typical Metroid song where the melody is like kind of, you know, first and foremost. This is like way more subtle and it's more in the background. But even so, I still love this music. It's really good. I believe it's this part right here we got a bomb. This was another part where I was kind of stuck on it for a little while. You're supposed to go down here, right? You can bomb all of these blocks and everything. But the way forward, the way that you go, is right through here. Like this part of the wall that just doesn't look like you can do anything to it. Certainly not walk through it or like morph ball through it. Like I remember being stuck on this little part right here for a little while. But all right, we're gonna unlock the level 4 hatches, the red doors. And that is the, if I remember right, that's the last of the doors that we unlock. So that should be it. All right, so now we gotta get back up to the navigation room and grab one more upgrade on the way there. These damn space pirates at it again. I forget what these guys are called, but these obviously look like the little Dragon babies from Super Metroid. Kind of a nice little coolback, or a nice little callback, I should say. Oh yeah, we gotta go this way. All right, that guy's gonna be kind of annoying, so we're gonna do that. We gotta shine spark those 2 blocks that I just ran past, so we're gonna go back here real quick. See if we can get the shine spark right here. Yep. See if I can do this. I think you gotta be like right here to do this. Yeah, there we go. Saves a little bit of time if you save up a shine spark and then you just shoot all the way up that shaft. Usually I can get it, but sometimes I can mess it up. We got it that time. Now, there is a little sequence break right here that we can try to do. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time trying to go for this. I think I did do it last time, though. Last time I played this, I somehow got it. You gotta freeze this guy. You have to get it at like the perfect angle. And you have to do it without him like ballooning up like that. So you gotta stand back a little ways. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get it. This may not even be the right one to do this with. Might be this. Oh, actually, I think it is this guy. Because that one seems a lot closer. I'm just like going through all my missiles. That dude is closer too, I think. Oh man, I almost got it that one time. That 2 shots before that last one. All right. Well, I'm gonna skip it for now, but yeah, there is a way to like freeze this dude, and then you can get past this guy and then go up in the navigation room when you're not supposed to, and there'll be like a little secret message. It's basically like a little Easter egg from the developers of this game saying that they're like congratulating you that you managed to do that. Again, really, really cool thing. Yet another cool thing about Metroid Fusion. So yeah, we got the diffusion missiles now. So we can actually charge our missiles and they'll fire like an ice, whoops. Missed that one too. And they'll shoot that little ice beam effect and you can freeze enemies. A lot easier. All right, so I'm gonna do this just to get all my missiles back. All right, talk to Adam again. You upgraded your missiles? That's unusual. There was no word from HQ, a procedural error, I'm sure. Even so, I did not approve of bypassing security level 4. From now on, you will use more discretion. In any case, Samus, do you remember that security robot you faced earlier? I believe the X have infected it. That is to say, they have claimed the organic components that formed its neural network. It has entered Sector 6. I don't know what it's planning, but let's not wait to find out. Samus, you know what to do. Yeah, so we got to go hunt down the robot that we fought earlier from Sector 3. By the way, we're like 80%. I think we're about 80% through the game right now, I would say. We are nearing the end of it. Yeah, I love the gravity suit though in this game. It's so good. Security robot seems to have gotten much stronger. This worries me. Be careful. But we have another problem. Once you're done, leave knock immediately. The SAX is tracking you. Oh, okay. Don't stay longer than you must. Understand? Understood? I could say that correctly. All right. So yeah, the SAX is actively hunting us, and we have to. But while she's trying to hunt us, we have to go hunt the box security robot. And again, we could be running around this area, exploring more, getting more expansions and stuff, but no, this is kind of like a casual story playthrough that I wanted to do of this game, so that's what we're gonna be doing. Whoa, screw attack. I believe this is the right way. Yeah, it is. I think. Yeah, it is. Okay. For some reason, I thought we had to, shine spark something in that room. That's why I was like, wait a minute. Screw attack. Again, the background art of this game is so good. Caution.
Warning. No entry without authorization.
It's crazy.
No entry without authorization.
You know, we heard it earlier, but hearing the voiced lines in a Game Boy Advance game, again, it's not going to be anything to anybody nowadays, but hearing like human dialogue. I don't know how else to say it. Hearing human dialogue on a Game Boy Advance game just blew my mind. And it sounds decently well, especially for the Game Boy Advance that has a horrible audio chip in it. The voice dialogue sounds great in this game. By the way, boss fight right here. Yeah, it's the second fight against Box, the Box robot. It's definitely a lot trickier this time. He can knock us off this railway that we're on. Whatever you call this. It's really annoying when he does it, but I don't know what does more damage, the missiles or the charge beam. I'm pretty sure the charge beam does, so I'm gonna keep doing that. Oh, I guess you can get a charge shot and then a bunch of missiles in there too, actually. Oh, I missed that one. Oh, well, we got him. Yeah, there's the organic component, though, that the X infected, or the box robot. So it's pretty much a cyborg. Because you have, this organic component, then you have all the mechanical parts that make up the robot itself. Which is just, another really cool thing. Another cool little Metroid Fusion fact. Yeah, we get the wave beam from that, though. And yeah, this is the last beam upgrade that we get for the whole game. And very, very cool. I love how it just shoots out like a DNA, like DNA strands.
No entry without
It is like very weird and like kind of off-putting, but I do really, really like it.
warning. No entry.
It's also like extremely powerful, really, really strong.
Warning. No entry without
All right, so we're in the restricted zone. I wonder what could be in here.
No entry without authorization.
Yeah, so obviously we're not supposed to be here.
No.
And then look at that right there. So the Galactic Federation, remember how we were in Sector 1 earlier? Which was like an environment mimicking the SR-388, which is the Metroid homeworld. Part of the reason why that sector was there, why they were mimicking SR-388 is because they had their own little Metroid breeding program going on here. So you see all the Metroids in there, and then you see the stages of the Metroid life cycle right here, like the Gammas and the Omega. Well, not the Omega, that's the Zeta right here. Yeah. Whoa. Somebody's not too happy. Not too happy that there's Metroids here. Yeah, we got the stacks. I love, like, yeah, seeing the Metroids attack her. It's so cool. And obviously that's because the X and the Metroids are like mortal enemies. Like the Metroids were made to annihilate the X. That's why they hate each other. That's why they got beef, you could say. So yeah, that part of the ship's just gonna get ejected and explode into the vacuum of space. All right, and we got a bunch of dialogue coming up. I wish I had some water. Samus, you shouldn't have done that. You ignored your orders. You may have to pay a price for that quite soon. As you can see, the Federation has been secretly working on a Metroid breeding program. For peaceful application only. Yeah, right. Peaceful application, huh? Of course. Please understand. But perhaps you already knew of this program's existence. Certainly, you must have had doubts when you saw Sector 1, SRX, a faithful replica of the SR-388 ecosystem, ideal for raising Alpha, Gamma, Zeta, and even Omega Metroids. This research even uncovered techniques for rapid growth. Imagine, creating an Omega from a larval Metroid in days. But that research is finished. The X has smelled out its natural enemy, and one of the SAX is on its way here. One? Are you saying there is more than one SAX? Says Samus. Don't be so surprised, Samus. You know that the X reproduce asexual by asexual division. Because of this mechanism, there are now no fewer than 10 SAX aboard the station. That's crazy. Samus, you must go. Get out. If you stay too long, the SAX will destroy you. Stop only at a navigation room to uplink to me. I don't know how HQ is going to take this, but you need to report to them immediately. Now get going. All right, well, we're going. I think she says something here. Yeah. The real Adam would have said the same thing about the incident, but he would have softened the blow. He was relentless in his criticism, but he always cared. He was not a machine obsessed with duty. No such compromise or no such compassion could exist in that computer. Ugh. All right, so we got to get out of the station right now, but in order to do that, we have to go through a whole new section of Sector 1. So yeah, this is the second visit for Sector 1, and the last one. And at the end of this, we're going to fight a very familiar enemy, who also has the loudest roar or screech in the entire game. I mean, not even that. It's the loudest sound effect in the entire game. Coming up. This is so funny. Classic Space Pirates right there. Again, this was like a small little section I was stuck at for a little bit. Because it's like, oh, you gotta kill those enemies down below and then fight the gold space pirates like 2 times. There we go. Just to unlock a random door. Like, I don't know, it's just kind of bizarre, but it is what it is. Oh, you know what? I should probably just do this. All right, volume warning coming up right here in about 10 seconds, 5 seconds. Oh my god, there it is. Yeah, we're fighting Ridley X. Ridley infected with the X parasite. And yeah, that roar that he does when the fight starts is like notorious. It's like a meme in the Metroid community. Like, it's so loud. And if you play this on the original Game Boy Advance, it sounds like your speakers are dying when you play it for the first time. I mean, when you play it anytime, but. And yeah, just you can use missiles on him, but if you use a charged plasma shot, it annihilates Ridley. If I can actually get a shot. He's done. Yeah, he's just so loud for some reason. But I love it. I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't have it any other way. And having Ridley break my Game Boy Advance speakers. All right. Screw attack. I love the sound that it makes and the look of the screw attack in this game. I think it's the best looking one in the entire series, honestly. Like, I don't know why. I don't know if it's just like the color palette or whatever, but I just love the look and sound of it. Specifically in Metroid Fusion a whole lot. It's definitely my favorite like iteration of it. Oh, yeah. And yeah, it tears through enemies too. It's so nice. All right. Oh yeah, duh. So there's really only one more section that we have to do in this game, and then we're done. Again, I'm like almost at 2.5 hours. I thought I would be done with this game by now, but again, we kind of went for some of the expansions, and you know, reading all the dialogue and stuff does add up like time to it. So, regardless, though, it's still really cool. I doubt I'm gonna beat my time though. Because like, what was I 114 on that other playthrough before I started this new one? So I doubt we're gonna beat that, but that's all right. Just annihilating the space pirates in here. I think you gotta go left. Yeah, there is an expansion down here. May as well just grab that since it's right here. Even though there isn't really a need to get any more of them, but oh well. I always just grab that one right there. Oh, you probably saw it earlier, but these were not here before. And those look like Metroid egg, like the Metroid eggs from Metroid 2. Like when Metroids evolve, like they leave behind like those egg husks or whatever you want to call them. I guess they're not egg husks. They're just husks in general. All right, there's a lot of dialogue right here, so get ready for this. Samus, we're done here. Leave the rest to the Federation. We should be preparing to evacuate the station. Are you joking? Do they know how dangerous the X are? How quickly they reproduce? The Federation has taken an interest in the X and SAX. They believe this life form has endless potential applications. This is ridiculous. The X are heartless abominations. What potential could they have? It is not necessary that you understand such matters. The Federation is coming now. You should just leave quietly. This is madness. They won't stand a chance here. The station will devour them. What could be worth the risk? Capturing the SAX, of course. Are you serious? Do they really think they can succeed? It will certainly be difficult. They don't expect your help. They knew you would try to destroy the SAX. That's why they stopped sending you support data. Plasma B modification was ready some time ago, but they withheld it to keep you from engaging the SAX. Oh. Yet somehow you restored that function on your own. They also tried to withhold the diffusion missile upgrade because they didn't want you to grow too powerful. But they had already sent it, and you tracked it down. Bravo, Samus. They must cancel this mission. Open a channel to HQ. I won't let this happen. They are already on their way. Fools. As soon as the Federation ships land, the X will overwhelm them and absorb the knowledge and power of their occupants. The X are just waiting for the hunt to begin, and then they'll spread across the universe. Galactic civilization will end. The X hunger for form, knowledge, and power. They mimic these perfectly, but they cannot copy the soul. They're single-minded, instinctively seeking to increase in number. They're a plague, and the Federation underestimates their threat. The X must not leave here. I must destroy them all before the Federation arrives. The station has a self-destruct mechanism. I must use it to destroy the X here and on the planet. I must send them to oblivion. Them, the station, and myself if I have to. Yeah, so kind of like a big plot dump. But yeah, the Federation want to weaponize the X. Which, like, really shouldn't be a surprise considering that you see in this game that they're already trying to weaponize the Metroids. So, like, it kind of makes sense why they would want to weaponize the X on top of that. But Samus, obviously we know and Samus knows, like, they would just get annihilated by them, though. There's no chance. Open the hatch. I've been ordered to confine you until the ships arrive. Don't let them do this. Can't you see what will happen, Adam? Adam? Who is Adam? A friend of mine. And what would this friend advise you to do now? He would know that that the only way to end this is to start the self-destruct cycle. He'd know how important it is. Did this Adam care for you? Would he command you to sit in a room and order you to die? He would understand that some must live and some must die. He knew what it meant. He made that sacrifice once. So he chose life for you, our fair warrior Samus Aran. Your Adam gave his life so that you might keep yours for the sake of the universe. How foolish. How dare you? How could you hope to understand, machine? You know that detonating the station in high orbit would not guarantee the complete extinction of the X-parasites. Even though the station would be utterly destroyed, you would only succeed in removing the one obstacle, the galaxy's ruin. Yourself. Did I just skip? I think I just skipped a line of dialogue. You would ignore this simple fact and choose death. When Adam decided who would live, he chose incorrectly. If you were to alter the station's orbit, then you might be able to include the planet in the vaporization field of the self-destruct detonation. You would have to start the propulsion sequence now, before the Federation arrives. Samus, this is your last mission. Go to the operations room and adjust the station's orbit path to intercept SR3D8. I love, like, Samus's reaction right there. Then return to your ship and escape. Move quickly and stay alive. That's an order. Any objections, lady? Remember how Samus was saying, like, that's how Adam would typically end mission briefings, is by saying that. So again, another attention to detail. I love how the computer changes that. Yeah, it just changes that, like, right at the end of the game. Start saying it just like Adam would say it. And I always liked in this game how, like, this game came out before, like, 7 years. What was it? No, 6 years. No, I think it was like 8 years. 8 years before Metroid Other M came out. So we had no idea, like, what the exact scenario was that, like, Adam sacrificed himself for Samus. And, you know, in hindsight, it sounded, you know, we always want, like, us Metroid fans always wanted to see, like, what happened. Like, why did he have to sacrifice himself? What was the scenario? Yeah. And then, like, Metroid Other M happened, and we're like, eh. Like, it sounded way cooler in our heads, you know? But I remember, like, when this game came out, I was like, and I beat it, and I was like, man, I wonder what happened. Like, why did he have to sacrifice himself? Like, what happened? And when was it? You know? Like, when did that happen? And then Metroid Other M came out, and then we got those questions answered in a unfortunate way, I would say. But it is what it is. So yeah, this is we're right at the end of the game pretty much. We got 2 more boss fights, but there's like, I don't know, maybe like 15 minutes left. Probably not even that. So yeah, we gotta set the set the station on a trajectory path right into the planet to vaporize everything. But before we do that, we gotta fight the SAX. Trying to like lock in here because I've died before to this to her before. If you're not careful, she's got a lot of health, and if you keep bumping into her with the screw attack, it does a lot of damage to Samus. Oh, you bastard. There we go. Yeah, and I still only have 3 energy tanks left. I love this mutation right here. She's like way, way weaker in this form, but it's still really, really cool. I mean, this looks like something straight out of John Carpenter's The Thing. Right here. Oh, he's down. JK, still got the core X form. Should be 2 more shots. Oh no, just 1 more. All right, we're gonna grab it, and then we're gonna get the, oh, JK, psych. We're not grabbing anything. We're just going in here to detonate the whole ship. Actually, ram it into the planet is what I meant to say.
Propulsion sequence activated.
All right, now we gotta go back to Samus's ship, and then that'll be the end of the game.
388.
Again, just more of that like voice dialogue. It's just so, I still think it's like super impressive that they were able to get it like that clear and sound that good on a Game Boy Advance. We got another like fun like remix of the escape music that we're playing right here, or that's playing right here, I should say. Yeah, it's crazy. Where are we at? Yeah, we're at 2 hours and 27 minutes right now. Wow. Yeah, I thought I was going to beat this a lot quicker than what I did, but that's all right. Oh, look at this. We got a Metroid husk right here, and the ship is gone. And then we got the Omega Metroid. And then obviously, like, none of our weapons do anything against this guy. Can't do anything. Just gonna swipe us. You have 1 energy. Looks like this is the end of Samus Aran, and then the SAX of all people comes and helps us. Swipe. And now we're gonna absorb the core X. So we get her the Omega suit, I think is what it's called right here. And we get the Ice Beam. So we can actually damage the Metroid, the Omega Metroid. Again, I think I mentioned it earlier too, but that's what the Metroids are weak against, is like ice and cold. There's a way to like stun lock him too. You can just spam it and like prevent him from doing that swipe, but you have to really spam the shot, I think. You have to do it like a certain way too. There we go. And that's it. About to beat Metroid Fusion in like 5 seconds. Honestly, that boss fight is like one of the weakest ones in the whole game, but he is a cool fight. There's SR388 in the background. We're gonna send that into the planet, and it's just gonna vaporize everything. I love this shot right here. It's so cool. The perfect military mind. The wisdom of Adam Malkovich continued to serve even after death. Till today, I had no idea that the minds of leaders and scientists were frequently uploaded to computers. My incredible reunion with Adam may have saved the universe. But how will the beings of the universe view our resolve? I doubt they will understand what we did. The danger we barely averted. They will hold tribunals and investigations. They will hold us responsible. Adam understood this, and he spoke to me in my anger. Do not worry. One of them will understand. One of them must. I don't know why I remember that line specifically so well, but I just think it's a cool line. I've reflected upon his words and I see the wisdom in them. We are all bound by our experiences. They are the limits of our consciousnesses. Samus is getting philosophical here. But in the end, the human soul will ever reach for the truth. This is what Adam taught me. Just one detail still bothers me. The ship can only be started manually. Yet before I faced the Omega Metroid, the ship moved on its own, guided by someone's hands. Is it possible, Adam? Not quite, not quite. Lady, what's troubling you? You wonder how I started the ship on its own? Just think about it. They lent me a hand. I love this shot coming up too. Yeah, those animals saving us again. Or like, you know, helping us again. Helping Samus again. Yeah, that's Metroid Fusion though. Yeah, I love this game. Where am I at? Yeah, I'm just at 2 hours and 30 minutes. Just crossed over to 2:31. This was my first Metroid game that I ever played, the first Metroid game that I ever owned, and I love it. It's honestly one of my least favorite ones. Like if I had to rank all the Metroid games, it's kind of near the bottom of the list. It's not anywhere near the very bottom though, but I still love this game. It's just the linear nature of it kind of holds it back a little bit for me, and all the dialogue, the unskippable dialogue. And again, the level design, the levels are just so linear in this game. That's kind of what brings it down for me, but even with all of that, this game is amazing. I love the story. I love the atmosphere, the pixel art. Has some of the best boss fights in the entire series and is in this game. And the sound design. And there's so much about this game to love, and it does so many things so well. And it still holds up, 20 plus years later. Like, it's crazy. And yeah, I think I mentioned it earlier, but this is like probably my fourth favorite Game Boy Advance game of all time. So good. Let's see what ending we got. I think we're just going to get the helmetless Samus ending, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Fusion's so good, though. But, again, I think Zero Mission is the better game, but there's a lot of things that Fusion does better than Zero Mission, like the boss fights, the atmosphere, and then I don't know what else. It's such an overused word, but the vibes of Metroid Fusion are just more than Zero Mission, in my opinion. Yeah, what an incredible game, though. Just a work of art, a work of fine art, if I do say so myself. Let's see what the ending is we got. I think it's just going to be helmetless Samus. Oh no, we got the okay. I love Samus's look in this game too. What'd we get? Hour 35. That's about typically what I do. I'm gonna say like 70%. 40. Oh my god, that's terrible. Yeah, it wasn't even close. I guess in hindsight, yeah, I wouldn't have that much. But yeah, that's funny. That's awesome. 135 though. I think it's typically that's the time that I beat this game at. Just a cool shot of Samus. I love that. So yeah, let's see what it says on the... Well, yeah, I would say, 131. That's what we got. So yeah, like 14, 15 minutes. A little bit later than that last playthrough that I did, but that's still pretty impressive nonetheless, especially with going through all the dialogue like that. I'm surprised I beat it that quickly. So yeah, that's Metroid 4. That's Metroid Fusion. Love that game. I tell you what, I am gonna end the stream, and I'll probably be back on later tonight and do Metroid Zero Mission. And yeah, if you're seeing this up on YouTube or whatever, check that out. I mean, check out my Metroid Zero Mission and check out all my Metroid playthroughs, because I've got a couple of them up on the main or on the second YouTube channel. So yeah, I'm gonna end the stream there though, guys. So I'll see you guys on the next one. It should just be a little bit. We'll go through some play some Metroid Zero Mission. And yeah, just have a grand old time. So I'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.